On the beautiful day of January 17th, 2026, it released. You know, I actually was expecting this to be a lot worse than it was coming into it, but you know, after watching this, I think this might just be my favorite thing on earth to watch. Like, the plot is great, everyone's great, you can tell everyone's into it. Like, it's just a fun thing to watch in total. But then, I was about to go to bed, but before I went to bed, I realized all of the lies uploaded a new video. Lunch in Order episode question mark, and I knew I had to watch that instantly. So if you haven't watched it yet, skip to whatever timestamp I put up, but basically there's a lot that happens in this. So first we see Kemiak's locked up in some sort of room or dungeon or something after the finale, and he kinda we're not really sure what happens, but we have a whole entire new court case, and then we find out that Kemiak may not be the villain and Liam might be the villain, and he eventually gets freed and decides that he's gonna go on another redemption arc. But that's not the reason I'm here. I'm here because I have a theory. A little special theory. I believe that Liam was secretly the villain the entire time. See, I know y'all are gonna try and kill me, but just let me explain. Let me explain. I personally believe that the whole entire Kemiak video is not a dream, but it's their spirits going into those plushies. And you just have to trust me on this one. I truly believe that. In which, here's the reason I believe it. Now, before we actually get into the theory, let me set some ground rules. In my idea, if I'm right, the Creeper is Maxim Kemiak, the Yellow Cube is Dash, and the Bird is Liam Alexander. And the first reason I believe that these toys are real people and not just toys is that, first off, Liam reacts badly to being sent to Israel for the next a billion trillion years. We know that he'd do that. We know for sure he'd do that. No random toy would just act like that. And here's some evidence just to prove it up.
Liam Alexander is sentenced to 1 trillion bazillion years to Israeli prison. No!
And I also believe that they're real because we already know in the series that Dash and Kemiak worked together in the movie to make sure that, you know, they were both villains. But in this, he used Dash to escape through this dungeon that he was in because they both made a whole together. But what does this really mean for Lunch in Order if Liam is truly the villain and Kemiak is not the villain? What does this mean for the next special? How does this apply to the lore at all? Well, this would imply that now maybe we are with Kemiak on his side, maybe trying to defeat someone else. But I feel like I also have another second theory within this theory that could most likely affect the finale. I feel like for the next special, it will be probably the craziest special that anyone's going to watch, because I personally believe that in this video that Kemiak posted, Dash had been murdered. Because if you look at one of the scenes, you can see Kemiak shaking the yellow cube that we thought is Dash, but then we can see some ashes fall out of it, meaning that maybe throughout the whole entire story before, he might have passed away and he might not be with us for the finale. And that Kemiak and friends are going to get revenge on Liam for what had happened throughout all the years and the framing on Kemiak. And I have no idea what's going to happen after that, but that's my theory for how the finale is going to go. Or, well, the special. And see y'all next time for whenever Kemiak makes his return.